preview.
Hello and welcome to the Pearls of Wisdom video channel. Now today we are talking about the Pearls of Wisdom virtual online retreat that is running 5th and 6th of September. And I have a very, very special lady that I'm talking to today. I've worked with this lady in the past, since 2012, I think we worked out was the last time that we worked together, and she is absolutely phenomenal. And I'd like to introduce you to Vanessa Frater-Robertson, who is a communications consultant and a trainer, and she's absolutely wonderful. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you, Pearl. I'm delighted to be here. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much. Everything you've been doing around this retreat has really been exciting. I know you've been doing a few sort of lives that you've jumped on and shared a few things. So now's your chance to tell the audience what can they expect, because I know how brilliant you are. I can shout it from the rooftops, but if you'd like to if you'd like to share to the audience what it is you're going to be sharing with us at the retreat.
So at the retreat, I'm going to be covering the 3 steps to start tackling doubt. And I am so excited about this because just talking to my friends and to other people about how they've been feeling coming through COVID-19 and lockdown. I mean, a lot of people are fed up. A lot of people are losing their confidence. Some people have been overwhelmed. Some people have been bored. And a lot of people have gone through, unfortunately, grief as well. Yeah. And I just thought there's some people who've gone through this, and some people who are on furlough and of getting the news of losing jobs, or they're having the uncertainty. And I'm thinking a lot of people now, doubt is creeping in, and their self-esteem is going down, and the confidence is being knocked. And I'm thinking, you know what? Okay, I haven't been through COVID-19 before, but I've been through times when I've had my doubt has been knocked, and my doubt has come up because I've had serious knocks in my life. So I'm thinking, well, because of what we're going through now, how can we be more positive? How can we build our confidence? How can we make sure that we can get rid of the doubt, or at least not get rid of it, we can manage it?
Yes.
Because doubt never goes away, but you can manage it. So this is why this nubbin of an idea has come up, and that's what I want to present to people and help them.
This is exactly what the Pearls of Wisdom retreats stand for, where it's actually helping others. And something I was having a conversation with another one of the exhibitors earlier today, and where you might be an attendee for this retreat, come December, what you've learned, you could well become an exhibitor, because it's the nuggets that you and the other exhibitors are sharing. You're all experts in your field. We've all gone through certain things and can actually show and help others. And it just depends where you are on that journey, that people can watch and learn from you, and it could actually change that doubt into promise that will actually take them forward and see exactly where they can be. And it's just so exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, how, with what, if you weren't an exhibitor, would you jump on to be an attendee to learn from this? Because I think we can learn from each and every other exhibitor.
Absolutely. I've been going through some of the exhibitors' bios because I'm nosy. And I want to know what they're delivering. And I've been listening to your Pearls of Wisdom on Serenity and some of your interviews and things like that, and just to get an essence of what the exhibitor's about. And it's fascinating. Some of the things that they've been going on about, I don't know about that. I must go and listen to that one. So even if I wasn't an exhibitor and this came up in my feed, I would be like, I really want to go and listen to that and know more about that, because I might learn a little bit more that can help me in my field, or I can learn something about something completely different that I have no knowledge about. So yeah, absolutely I would.
Definitely. And this, again, I know I've said it a few times already, but you extol everything that Pearls of Wisdom is standing for and what the retreats have been set up for, to actually help people learn and grow and turn that negative into a positive, and the positivity of post-lockdown. And where you've said, I know from things, the work you're going to be doing on Saturday, it builds on the Sunday as well, or could people take each, like if they're attending just the Saturday, that will still give them the grounding and vice versa, or do they ideally need to attend?
They build
both?
on from each other. So Saturday is part one, because I set the I tell a bit of my story and say why. So building on what we've been talking today and past interviews, I talk more about my story. I then go through some of the concepts of like where doubt comes from and that sort of thing, and I go a little bit more in depth in that. But obviously we've only got an hour and a half, so I'm, it's not like a big lecture or anything. Hopefully nobody's going to fall asleep. I hope I can keep people awake. So I will go through a few of the concepts, and then I'll go through the teaching of the tools. So we'll do a little bit of that on the Saturday, but then on the Sunday I'll go into the rest of those tools, and then we'll have a bit of time to have some Q&A. If people have said, oh, you said this on Saturday, how can I use that in my everyday life? Because that's usually a question that I get. So, there'll be time for Q&A and looking at answering some live questions, which I always find fun. So that's what I'll be doing.
That I just can't wait. I love what you do, but every time we get together and we have a chat, and I get even more excited because there is so much potential of what you're bringing. I think everyone that is listening to this and watching this, they can learn from this and grow. And this is where I can't say enough. There's so much that you bring to the table that is going to help everyone moving forward. And it turns that negativity into a positivity. Like we were saying, we've heard the horrid R word, the word recession, but it's all, but how many recessions do people actually make the millions and turn their life around because they have the idea? It's just learning to pivot, seeing where you are and pivot, and see where your knowledge and experience can move and help other people, so that it helps them move forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, with the retreat, how have you been preparing for this? I know you said like you've looked at the bios and everything, but in getting ready to actually share, I know how much you bring to the table, but can you just share a little bit about the preparation that you've done for the audience, please?
Well, what I've been doing, I've been looking and researching past documents that I've looked in, and also new research as well. I follow a lot of gurus, like people like Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins and Lisa Nichols and people like that. So I'm already in their field or on their campus or in their family. So there's certain things that come up. I think, oh, I'd like to research about that a little bit more, because I'm already presenting on that. So any kind of like resources or further information that I can glean, then I've been looking through that information and taking those courses or listening to those podcasts, just to get an idea of what their stance is on it. And if I have a different stance, I can add my flavour to it. So I've been doing that over the last few weeks, and I've got another couple of weeks now. So I'm not going to just say, oh, I'm done now, I'm not going to do any more. I'm probably going to keep on doing that, because I find the subject fascinating. Looking at your mindset, looking at your positivity, and being your own rescue. It's so important. And I think, a lot of people might go, oh, that's just airy fairy stuff. It's not. It's actually real. It works if you apply it in the right way, or if you apply it in a way that is consistent to you and works for you, because somebody else might do it in a slightly different way, and that is their routine and that's what they do. But for you, it might be better if you do it for you in a slightly different way, as long as it's consistent. So if I can sort of like bring that knowledge to the table, but bring my experience into it as well, to say, well, this worked for me, it may well work for you, but whatever you do for you to go forward, make sure it's consistent. So I'm going to keep on looking at other resources and other videos and things like that, because I find the subject fascinating anyway. I always read around a subject. I always watch other people talking about it, because I find I like to look at people. I like to study people. I like to study interactions, and it's fascinating how different people present different things, and some things resonate with some people and other things don't. And I just find that whole human interaction just so fascinating. So I'll be doing this anyway. So yeah.
And this is everything you've said. Yes, I'm thinking exactly your story, what you're doing, are going to resonate with so many people, because yes, you've spoken about some of the gurus that I think all of us that get into this line of work and choose this direction for our careers, we start to work with that. But it's what resonates, because something different will resonate with each and every one of us, and it's your story and your experience, and that's the magic that you bring to it with everyone that can see the potential of working with you. Because yes, you bring that interest that we all have, but it's how you use it and how you're going to impact and help them. And this is what I love so much, because you're absolutely inspirational. You really are.
Thank you, Pearl.
It really is. Where we know with the retreat, it's business, spirituality and well-being. Where would you say your skill set? Is it across all three? Is it just one or two? Where do you say you'd fit best?
I think I fit in the sort of like mindset well-being, but I think it can go into business as well, because you have a lot of executives in business that, you know, are approaching burnout, or they've got massive problems with imposter syndrome, so they don't go for that promotion, or they don't speak up in a meeting, or they feel like they're having to keep themselves in themselves when they're in a group with their colleagues. So, you know, in your personal life, you can have doubt. In your professional life, you can have doubt. So I think it goes across those two. Spirituality, I am a spiritual person. I think what I'm doing doesn't probably hit in that area, but there might be things that I say within what I'm talking about that can come across in a very spiritual way to a lot of people, and that could resonate with them too. So, you know, there you go.
Yeah, that I completely agree. And from the business side, you are phenomenal. I know when we've worked together, and we've said from the podcast, that first podcast interview you did, I can remember being at National Grid and everyone saying just how great the work was that you were doing. Now you bring that on top of all the coaching and training that you do, and the understanding, the work you've done with these named gurus and putting your stance onto it. I think it covers all three in that respect, and the understanding that you bring, you've got an understanding of all three areas, which just again reiterates exactly what Pearls of Wisdom retreats have been set up for, because it's setting the groundwork. And a few people have started saying this is a movement. I've heard this quite a lot today, so I'm going to reiterate that people are saying this is just the start. This is the first event. We've got December, we've got March and onwards. It is going to become like-minded people that think alike, that want to grow together. And it's that movement that people will join, because it's the positivity and how it can impact on your business, on your work-life balance, and to help you grow and move forward. And everything you are sharing, everything you're sharing just epitomizes that completely.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to bring it to a close. I know this is quite short, but we're doing quite a few different interviews. Could you share, what do you think is going to be the number one takeaway that the audience is going to get from working with you? I know you're brilliant, like I said. So what's the number one takeaway that they can have?
I think for me, I looked at I had three outcomes that I wanted people to take away from that. So but I think the biggest one is, if people can just remember that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you believe. And now people might have heard that quite a few times, but it is so true. So if I can get people to see the power of their beliefs and see how that can impact on their lives, then that is the biggest takeaway. Your beliefs are powerful. What you believe in is what you will manifest. So that is the biggest takeaway from me.
Yeah, and I completely agree. And it's understanding it, and it's getting the mindset right and learning from that. And it just leaves me to say a massive thank you to you for this. I cannot wait to learn from you. I am so excited to see your sessions and take part and grow. What we remind people is these sessions will be recorded and they will be made available for up to 30 days afterwards. So we can dip in, we can learn and grow and see how we're going to work from there. And it's just a massive thank you. I'm so excited that you're taking part.
Thank you, Pearl. This has been a pleasure. As always, I'm so excited as well.
Thank you. Thank you.